Hello my friends and welcome back to PlayStation Underground. Today is a very special episode because I'm joined by Nick, I'm joined by Saul, but I am also joined by a special guest, Trent from League of Geeks, and we are here to give you a PAX 2015 preview, a tasting of 4 games that is going to be at PAX this year, so I'm very excited to show you guys, starting with Dungeon Defenders 2. Welcome gentlemen, and Saul, I'm going to let you lead this segment, so let's get right into it. We are looking at it right now. Trent is going to bravely volunteer his time.
Alrighty.
And good on Huntress.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that choice. That's a solid start.
Yeah, these are 2 of my favorite characters.
So, Saul, tell us about Dungeon Defenders. I mean, I loved the first one, so I assume Dungeon Defenders 2, a little bit more of the same with a lot more wonderful trappings, right?
Yeah, tons of new stuff to do this time. Lots of new maps, abilities, traps, weapons, a lot of new enemies, a lot of new ways to defeat enemies. It's really interesting. Get past this.
We're gonna skip. We're cheating a little bit.
Yeah. So first thing you want to do is go for mana because you need mana to buy traps and hit R1.
I love how colorful this is already.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
So each purple line is like the pathway of the enemies are going to come in. So just pick a path, not the same one as me, and we can just start going up to the front and just start loading up our traps.
Phil's like, I got this path. Don't you worry.
He's like, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do here. So it's kind of a combination between like third-person action RPG, tower defense, like trap layer. There's so many cool things going on in this game.
Yeah, tower defense, action RPG pretty much explains it all.
So what's going on here? There's like a force field here. This is like I've got a...
You chose the wrong path.
I chose the wrong path. No.
Yeah, the force field is just, that's where the enemies are going to come out when the wave
Alright,
starts.
cool.
We got a little
Sweet.
timer up there.
Okay, so you're sort of setting up the level before the guys
look at
come.
this.
Yeah, we got to prepare.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Nice.
So I've got
And we'll probably run out at some point.
bombs. What else we got?
Trent's just like emptying his inventory before the guys show up.
Just gonna burn
Just-
through
I'm
all.
just feeling it out, you know?
I will say,
There's
Trent.
a mine. All right, I figured out there's a mine.
Dungeon Defenders 2 is not Trent's game. He's been so happy that his game we were saving for last. So
He represents the crowd who's going to play for the first time and skip the tutorial.
Which is exactly what I'm doing.
what
right?
do I do, guys?
All right.
So how long do you have to set up the traps and stuff, Saul?
So we have 68 seconds left. If we're both ready, we can just hit the touch button and we can just start the.
I say trial by fire, and you should
Yeah,
just
let's do it.
go.
Let's just do it. Let's just do
go
it.
all
Okay.
out
I'm
right
going
away.
to
And
hit
I'm
the touchpad.
my
Here we
bet
go.
is that Trent is going to do this flawlessly.
Yeah.
Without a
That's
single
beginner's luck.
mistake.
Now that he has
coming.
no arrows left.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the fun part. Let
cool,
your
though.
traps do a lot of the work. Cool thing you can also do too. You have special abilities, triangle and square button, and
Gems.
you also have interactive objects up here that you can activate.
Oh,
and
whoa.
you can do combos with your magic.
Oh my
On
God,
top
is there
of
a
that-
turkey leg on that grill catapult thing?
Yeah.
Like, what is, that's the
wow.
most glorious creation I've ever
It's
seen.
like a turkey cooking grill first and a catapult second.
The inventor was like, you know, I really wanted to grill turkey, but I also need to defend my homeland from invading monsters. So how can I combine these two things together? I like the little adventurous
And you can also
music.
place more traps during the heat of the battle as well.
You guys seem to be doing solidly.
Yeah, everything's going smooth so far, knock on wood. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Now, people are going to be able to play this at PAX, right, Saul?
Yeah, this
if
exact
you're in
same
Seattle?
demo. Yep.
Awesome. Now, what else is new between this one and the original one? Like, what are some highlights?
Oh, like I said, you got these other objects within the environment that you can interact with and do combos with your magic. It's a cool move right there.
Nice. I'm digging
Over
it.
here,
flanking it.
ice as well.
I like that desaturation effect when you get hit.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta give Saul a shout out for that little cool moves reference just then. You may remember, Saul was an OG cast member of PlayStation Underground.
the
I grew up
original.
watching, and I was a bit starstruck when I first met Saul, who was in the group who interviewed me for working here. So,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I
full
was like,
circle,
"Oh, Saul
dude.
from PlayStation Underground. So we're keeping that alive.
I like this, like when you move behind this thing. Oh, it's not doing it at the moment because it must be like waiting to get. Yeah, it's fired. It's loading. But when you move behind them, it does it like shows where it's going to shoot on the ground. It's really
Yeah.
Wait, and that's a, so does this, oh, this theme is like a
Yeah, like
carnival,
this thing.
huh?
See?
Is this like carnival themed, Saul, this level? Because the ice weapon is also looks like you could throw a popsicle in there or a fish head or something. There is actually look like a fish head.
Yeah, I think it's just like fun. You know, there's different environments. This one's more of a fantasy themed one. There are some darker ones. Level after this that you'll be able to play at PAX as well. It has it's more darker. It's like kind of in a dungeon.
Rad.
Yeah.
Dungeon Carnival.
Yeah, and there's different
Fantasy
relics.
Carnival.
Yeah, and there's different relics to defend as well. So it's not always at the very back like you see right here.
Well, you guys should start that new wave and just keep it rolling. I'm just
go.
going to throw you guys under the bus.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're just like, you've had enough
we can
time to
take it.
prepare.
Yeah, you guys look wildly unprepared.
Begin
Let's
battle.
Do it.
So I want to see, what is it, 3 waves in this level, Saul? Or,
Yeah.
Okay. I want you guys to try and get through them, and then we can move on to our next game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or fail, and then we still move on.
Or fail, and you will just have to head lowered, continue on.
I think I'm definitely doing like my stupid gaming concentration phase as well.
I can tell you to pay attention because
Oh, no.
you're using that mini map. You
You're
can tell when
zoning
enemies
in.
are coming.
Oh, the minimap. Yeah, whoa. Okay.
Isn't it great those moments when you realize you've been just completely
Yeah.
neglecting a key part of the entire
Like after the
experience?
first wave, I was like, oh, that's where my mana is. Okay, cool.
I'm almost overwhelmed by how many cool looking things you have on the bottom of the screen there, all these
Yeah.
different abilities, and I just
very
I love,
full on, isn't
I
it?
know, I love games like this. I was like,
Whoa,
really?
look at these dudes.
Yeah, we got
They
another
look
wave
friendly.
coming.
You're good. Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Nothing more horrifying than a flying orc.
I love this tornado
Or
spell.
ogre or troll. I don't know what canonically they
Oh.
are, but doesn't really matter. Now, Saul,
Yeah.
real quick, is your magic staff like, is it a walking stick first and then a staff? Because I feel like you could use it as a crutch in the case of serious injury. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure. Let me focus. Oh no!
He's like,
Crystal
Ryan,
card
we don't
under
have time
attack.
for jokes. We have serious orcs on the way.
I got it. I got this.
Okay.
All right, build
Perfect.
phase.
Build phase. We're
We shouldn't have
back.
to build too much here. I think we got this.
All right, then do it.
Grab some more mana.
Grab your mana and then go, and then.
Maybe we can build on the fly too.
Yeah, we can do that.
I like that they give you a significant amount of time to build, though, because this is one of my favorite parts. Is like meticulously going through all the traps and looking at what you have.
Yeah, it gets a lot harder though when you get further down the road. Some of the later levels where you'll be doing a lot of building, actually during the attack phase, just because a lot of stuff will get mowed down real quick.
You've had enough time, Saul. It's time to skip and go directly into battle.
Let's do it.
And this may sound like a joke, but it's a legit question. When you say further down the road, are you actually moving further down the road in this level? Or are
Very
you,
good
is that just a
question.
That was just a
expression?
figure of speech.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
Don't
You
be
could be.
sorry.
Oh, whoa. Oh, and there's armor as well that you can like pick up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Saul's screen looks pretty cool. Look at all that action. Trent's screen, he's like staring at a piece of armor. Great television, Trent.
No way, armor. See, that's how I am too.
Yeah, so lots of loot and character customization as well.
I had a grand revelation a couple years ago when I was just reflecting on my deep and near maniacal love of RPGs. And I said to myself, I love walking into shops and purchasing armor because that's just not a world experience I'm ever going to have in real life. I'm not going to be like, show me your finest wares. And then they like roll out a cart of armor and I'm like, oh, this fits well. And
Yes, I'll take all the arrows.
all the arrows, please.
Whoa.
You're making that skeleton dance.
Yeah, this is like the big guy.
Dance,
See if we can
skeleton
get him.
dance.
Throw all your magic at him. Put the trap down.
The crystal card
Don't
is
be
under
shy.
attack. Oh my god. Saul with the mid-battle placement, turret placement.
That skeleton hits crystals.
He's confused,
Oh,
he's dazed.
Yeah.
He's not
Dazed
happy.
and
There you
confused.
go.
Wait, but he has a crystal in his heart. Maybe he doesn't.
Nope.
He's jealous of the larger crystal.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was the end because you guys killed the giant
Yeah.
skeleton, but
Like
clearly
it should have been.
this is like
Well, that's like
It's
a
like
game
then-
you could go either way. Either you kill the boss and it's over and everything dies, or you kill the boss and you gotta clean up all the little minions.
Yeah,
I see,
that's
I see.
true.
And how's cleanup going? On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Oh, that poor little guy looked so happy
Yeah, he
hopping
was just
around.
like hopping. He wasn't even doing anything.
Oh my gosh,
Yay.
There you go.
congratulations.
Victory.
I
There
you
can't,
go.
I
Right on
can't think
yourself.
of a better way for us to move on to our next game. So we'll be right back. We are coming up more for our PAX Preview 2015. Be right back. All right, we're back with our PAX preview, and now we are looking at Stories, which is a dynamic kind of RPG adventure. Saul is also going to walk us through this. Dude, tell me a little bit about this, because this has some awesome inspirations.
Yeah, so this game's crazy. It's by Spearhead Studios, and everyone that plays this game is going to have a different story. So it's all about just dynamic storylines that change, all based on critical paths. Show you right here in the beginning. This is the map. So you start off with these 3 paths. Every time you play these games, these paths are going to be randomly different.
Okay, awesome. I love that's immediately like flags a game in my head
Yeah,
as you'll
I
be
love it.
interested in this, because
Absolutely.
I love stuff with replay value.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super dope.
So yeah, a lot of the narration is the developer was inspired by Bastion.
Mm-hmm. We've heard of that game. We like
Yes.
that game.
Is that why you're wearing a Bastion shirt?
Complete coincidence.
Nick with the hard question.
we didn't
Yeah.
we didn't plan this at all.
Dominating
It's one
journalism.
of my favorite shirts too,
Yeah.
and one of my favorite
They
games.
make a good shirt. Make a good game.
Yeah, so let's just jump right in here.
Let's see it. I'm listening.
It's
to this.
beautiful already.
Yeah, badass narration.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's very aesthetic is like very Ratchet and Clank inspired, I would say, which is a good thing. Very colorful and fantastical and like cartoony in a very like, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
pretty.
beautiful. Yeah, it's a.
So yeah, like literally from the onset, everybody that plays this game, this first area will be different.
Okay.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Like the level structure or which area you go into?
level structure, area, the way
Wow.
things are laid out.
You see Trent like taking notes rapidly.
Yeah. I like a game where you get a lightsaber straight off the bat. It's like straight away. Have a lightsaber.
Here, you'll need this.
It didn't work this time either.
It's a little taste
Combat
of combat
tutorial.
right here.
There we go. And Saul, you were saying how even the narration and stuff changes, right?
Yes.
Each time someone is going through this game.
Wow,
Yeah.
surprisingly bloody.
Yeah.
This is a story about blood.
And that's
It
how
depends
we
what
do
you
it.
want to do. Yeah,
I like how the camera pulled in for combat. That was nice.
yeah,
You
it's,
were mentioning earlier the combat's actually inspired by like Batman. of
yeah,
all
by the
things?
Rocksteady Batman games. You'll see.
I feel
good-
like that's a winning combination,
I was
right?
gonna
Is that
say,
what you're
like
saying? Bastion, Batman.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
It's a good combat system to like be basing things on
Yeah.
as well.
100%.
You can pick people up and then throw them into other enemies.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you weren't kidding about the level of violence that we're going to be looking
Yeah.
at here, Nick. Not for the faint of heart.
Reynato's just whooping up.
Now I just want a Bastion Batman game where Batman's narrating everything he's doing.
From roof to roof.
But he's narrating his own,
His own thing.
Like
his
a
own
noir.
thing. Yeah. It's a little bit Birdman in that regard, like just a little bit. Yeah, I love this environment. This is really nice. So far, we've had some spectacular visuals in our PAX preview. I want to say PAX preview as much as possible in this
Yeah.
episode.
Also really colorful, which is nice because that's not really a thing I associate with modern video games often. So we got
Yeah,
green
super
and red
refreshing.
and every color of it.
I love it when devs do that, like when it's just and it's not just like just color for the sake of color. Like you know, it's like a nice palette. There's a heap of contrast in there, plays into the thematics as well. Like these darker birds, you know.
You can
I
throw
didn't
these
even
guys
notice
off
they
the
were
cliff,
birds.
too.
That's actually kind of a little
Like weird, like
horrifying.
crows.
There. Anthropomorphic crows.
They actually remind me a little bit of the crows in Bloodborne. Those
Oh,
creepy flapping.
Those-
yeah.
Those inflated,
Those disgusting,
wailing,
like, yeah.
screeching.
They remind me of those birds with arms images. Like, have you seen like,
I've
the
seen-
images people Photoshop arms onto birds?
Big muscled arms.
What?
You haven't seen this,
Is
Ryan?
that a thing?
Yeah.
Like big muscled arms on like a pigeon.
I have not seen this.
Yeah, you need to check that out.
All
It's
right.
good.
I'll get on that right away.
Yeah, it's a must.
So yeah, so now we're coming to the next level, which once again, first of all, you can pick up power, so
Ooh.
and that's gonna be different every time that you play the game as well. And the enemy forces are moving forward, and once again, I have 3 more critical paths I can change. I can go
I see,
again, and these
okay.
will be random every time you play the game as well.
And so those are they the rewards that you're going for on
yes.
those
So
flags?
for every good thing you do in the game, something bad's going to happen, and vice versa. So you can
Okay.
take a more evil path in the game and do some really crazy evil stuff, but in the end, that might be the best thing this kingdom needs, and vice versa. So I took more of a.
That was a shockingly deep thing to say right there in passing. You're like, sometimes the evil does a lot of good. Anyway, here's stories coming to PlayStation.
Yeah, and you'll see the contrast of the different levels here. So from what we saw before, and this area's gonna be a little bit more dark and.
Legendary outfit. He wondered at his choice. He could have saved his old friend Lupino. He could have saved Legata. Oh,
We're all very respectful of it.
Yeah, I know. We're like,
We
what's
got it.
happening? Yeah.
Sure. And I'm terrible, and I totally forgot to ask. Wait, let's back up real quick as you play, Saul.
Yeah.
Dungeon Defenders 2. When can people expect that to launch on PS4?
Early 2016.
Awesome. And then for stories.
Oh,
how
no,
about
Dungeon
this?
Defenders. You're asking about Dungeon Defenders.
Oh,
Dungeon Defenders is coming
Defenders.
soon.
Dungeon
coming
Defenders coming
soon.
soon. Yeah, very soon.
And this is 2016.
2016.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you, bud.
And who are the developers behind this?
This is Spearhead Studios.
Right.
You're like, I'm gonna look them
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
later.
Yeah,
That's
they
cool.
made a fun co-op game called Tiny Brains that was like one of the first PS4 games.
right,
It
cool.
might have been a launch game. Fun 4-player local.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. I
with the
remember
with,
that.
like, the lab
Uh-huh.
rats,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Where are they based?
Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Are they? I thought they were Montreal.
Oh, sorry, Montreal. Montreal, you're right.
Oh, they're gonna be
Yeah.
angry now.
It's like the New Zealand Australia thing.
Yeah, that's it.
touchy.
It's like
Hey, it's a joke.
Montreal.
Bernardo was
Yeah, I can definitely see like the influence from like French comics and things like that in this as well. So
See what happens
Montreal
when you
does not
die?
surprise me.
Tintin? Is that French? Is he French?
I don't know if Tintin is Tintin French. That's a really good question.
Oh, boy.
Asterix? Is Asterix French?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
got
what-
one.
Yeah, you got one.
single-handed. He was out
So,
for
Saul, we have a couple minutes left. I want to make sure we get to the most important things for this game before we wrap up. What are we missing? Do you want to show anything else off before we kick it up to the next game? What do you think?
Oh, I think we got a good taste here of everything you can do in the game. Just a little vertical slice.
He's
That's
like,
what,
oh,
that's
this
what Death
one-
looks like.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's
With
check out
Death.
Death.
I can think of no better way for us to carry on with our PAX preview than a
yeah.
you died screen.
You can play this at PAX, and to show the diversity and the variety this game has to offer, this demo has 32 different endings.
Wow.
Just the demo.
Yeah, so
Wow.
That is awesome.
And all the
Just-
men in
just
Cell
the
dying.
demo.
Not and all of them end in the sweet release of death. All right, so that is stories coming to PlayStation, and next up we are going to take a look at Sky Torn. Be right back. And we are back with Sky Torn on PS4. Now, Nick is going to be walking us through this. My
Yeah.
good friend and confidant. Hello, sir.
Hello. From one set of floating islands to another, which we didn't plan at all. But there's some interesting through lines in this episode.
It's a
So here it's
coincidence.
so Skytorn is randomly generating this island. This is sort of a post-apocalyptic world. This is developed by Noel Berry, who's near Vancouver, working with Matt Thorson, who made Towerfall, and some of the awesome artists and contributors like Amora and Pedro, who did the Towerfall art. So you might see some sort of visual influence from that.
Yeah,
so
100%.
you're an adventurer, and you're working with this map maker here. I'm going to go visit her and blast through the dialogue a little bit so we can get to the dungeon.
And just blast right through that
yeah.
dialogue.
But basically, you're sort of mapping this island that you're on in this future world, and she thinks there's this generator out there that can sort of help kick things back to life. So she just went and mapped a dungeon for me somewhere on this overworld. This overworld will be, randomly generated each time. I can see here, it's down here somewhere. And you have your shovel, which is for both combat and exploration, so you can just dig a little sort of Terraria-esque in that sense.
It's
but,
getting its hooks in me already, Nick.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel the hooks.
So
Very
I'm
efficient
gonna-
people as well.
yeah.
A lot of digging. For,
Could you
like,
imagine
just
if,
a
like,
little
you're in
slice.
your yard, you just touch the shovel to the soil and it just explodes out of your way?
All
Beautiful.
right, let's see if I can actually. And it's actually pretty forgiving when you want to climb. You can just hop off all
Yeah,
the
like a
angles.
wall
and
jump. That's dope.
I'm gonna ignore this buffalo dude. So I could be fighting guys here. It's pretty tough though. Make sure I'm just looking
So you
the
said
right way.
the generator could bring things back to life. So things are dying, or there's like some sort of sickness.
I think
as
this
well?
world, there's sort of these sky pirates out there that are like trying to
Right,
take it
okay.
over, and you're sort of trying to discover what happened and all this technology that got corrupted. The story actually sounds amazing. Noel sent me like an overview, and I was like, I'm going to talk about the very basics of this. But, so I found this dude,
Whoa.
and
that guy's a little creepy.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be nice and give him this teleportation device so that he can get out of here. So then I'm going to check out the dungeon that he's in front of. And these dungeons as well will be randomized. The first time you go in it, it locks the design, so if you retry it, it'll be the same.
Okay.
But it's random
Oh,
sort
that's
of
good.
each one.
Okay,
and you're going to be discovering those dungeons as well as other little sort of areas you branch off into from that sort of hub world that you're in. So now I'm in a dungeon. These are a little sort of Zelda-esque, but I don't know if there's a great like platformer analogy. And the combat's pretty satisfying, again, having a little bit of that Towerfall lineage. And here's a teleporter
Yeah, I definitely see
where I
that.
can go, sort of if I wanted to go back up to the top, but I don't want to. I'm going to go deeper. I don't know if I'll have time
We
to...
must go deeper.
Yeah, I must go deeper. I don't know if I'll have time to get to the end of this, but we'll see. And some awesome lighting effects here, actually, I really like.
Yeah, I
They've
love
added
the
since
glow around the player
yeah.
character. It's fantastic.
And I think the last time we showed this was at the PlayStation Experience last year, so this is definitely, this whole dungeon area as well is brand new. Before it was sort of just the overworld to see, so...
Yeah, it's beautiful. I could almost feel how like kind of punchy it must control, and I feel like I assume that's right? It kind of has that.
And even looking here, there's so much little visual stuff going on. There's little like
Yeah.
canisters burbling and lights swinging and
fireflies
fireflies.
and
Yep.
Burbling or gurgling?
Burbling.
Okay.
Burbling, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do these little dashes too, which is nice for combat.
I like the roll across the gap. That was cool.
Thank you. That was an advanced technique. So, so now I found the key card. I can keep going. It's got a touch of a bit of like a Axiom Verge as well, which is nice.
Just a level of detail. All the
yeah.
particle effects are really.
Yeah, those flame effects are so great.
It's also pretty hard. I've just played this several times, so I'm okay at it now. But I definitely
pretty
died
hard, I'm
several
just
times in the
great,
first
you know.
time. Yeah.
Can you believe this guy?
Okay, so now there's these thorns everywhere that I can't really.
Some Thorsons?
Some Thornsons. Some Matt Thornsons.
Sorry, man. If he ever watches
That's like,
this,
game is canceled.
He'll be like,
So if I can sort of keep going here forever. There's lots of different paths to take, but if I can find the right one, I can sort of at least show you the
like a
sweet boss.
creepy laboratory.
Yeah.
I love these
These
things.
guys are cool. So these ones are cool because you can just smack them like that, or if you want to be really clever, which someone in our office actually did, and I was like, those are really advanced paths. You can go up here and then just like hide from them. That was not good.
Ooh,
no,
still
I
got-
see what you're doing.
But you
Yeah.
actually don't detect them at all if you sort of jump in the right way. And like
I picked up what you
block
were
the
laying
beam.
down there.
Thank you.
With
I
that
didn't do it,
advanced
but
technique.
yeah, okay.
I like the
Perfect.
little like moments of interaction as well, like hitting them to stop the beams or like hitting the health things to like get them to activate.
Oh yeah, okay.
it's
So
cool.
I'm gonna get some health here. I'm gonna ignore that text message I just got, and then get this boss down here.
Ooh, look
Yeah,
at
he's
this
pretty
dude.
sweet too. I really like this design actually.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Now, is he shooting out of his
He
feet?
is shooting out of something of his lower extremities. Now he's coming down. So
No,
His
His
feet may be
feet.
blocking the actual
such
sword.
a
Right,
creepy
right.
like stance. Like
Yeah.
look at this by default here. Or wait, wait till he turns around. He's all like hung down like a marionette or something. He reminds me of those first enemies in like the original Devil May Cry.
Oh yeah.
Remember those guys?
Those things were creepy. Also, a little shout out to
See,
Devil
look
May
right there.
Cry.
Look at that.
Yeah.
See when he's leaning?
Yeah, that's whack.
Oh god. If I can beat him, so I can show you the sweet power you get when you do.
Sweet, sweet power.
Sweet
The
power.
animation is great.
Yeah, really nice.
And this is a pretty small team working on
Yeah,
this,
this
right,
is like
Nick?
6-ish people,
Wow.
That's awesome. Love
and
it.
sort of 2 or 3 core folks. Yeah, okay.
Yay!
Killed that dude.
We did it.
All right, and now.
World is saved. Game is over.
Yeah,
Everything's
that's
fine.
It. You know, it's only 6 people.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
now I can smack.
They can only do so much.
What is
So I
going on
found this whole
here?
piece of technology,
Whoa.
and now I have my shovel got leveled up, upgraded shovel
Nice.
to project fire.
That's what I want from
It's
the
pretty
future.
sweet. So
Fire
now I can shoot
shovels.
fire.
Oh.
And now, just to give an example, if I go back to pretty much any of these thorny areas, I can now burn the thorns down, which is cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
love that.
I'm in.
So,
That's great.
yeah.
I'm in.
Sold.
So again, sort of, you get that touch of like, now you can revisit all the places you had to skip past because you couldn't get in. Now
That
you can,
Metroidvania sort of style.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah.
Very cool. All right, I keep smacking this thing, but actually I can pick it up. What is that thing? Let's see. It's an energy
shard.
of course.
T-shirt.
From
To
long
power
ago.
all your,
Yeah.
your
Save that one for
Your
later.
fire shovels.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nick. And
yeah,
what
for
else?
sure.
Yeah,
do
this
I
is-
need to touch on anything?
No,
before we
so
wrap?
coming out next year,
Rad.
big beautiful adventure, lots of randomly generated bits, but also sort of very hand designed segments of the dungeons that'll be fit together. So it feels very authored, but will be unique every time you play it. So yeah, it's coming together beautifully, and check it out in Seattle.
Well, thank you,
Awesome.
Nick. Appreciate it.
yeah.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. We are going to come back, and we're finally getting to Trent's game. He's been so patient.
To
So-
sit through these 3 other games.
Sorry,
It's
we're out
outrageous,
of
yeah.
time, Trent. So, yeah.
So,
go
guys,
go
we
back
will
around
be,
the world.
we will be right back with Armello. And we are back. Last but not least, we have Armello, which I am so jazzed about because, if I may, this is as if you combine Redwall, Game of Thrones, board games, and card games all together into a glorious pot. You sprinkle some cardamom in there for flavor.
Just that's it.
And then that's what you get as Armello.
That's what you get.
So
yeah.
thank you so much for being here to show off this game, man.
You're welcome. Yeah,
Tell us a
I
little
did
about
come
it.
a long way.
I
as
know.
well.
You did. From
So-
LA.
So yeah, this is Armello. We're trying to bring board games to life, essentially, with video games. So right now I have to choose my quest because I'm playing as a hero from one of the 4 clans of Armello on a quest to become king or queen of Armello. So I'm gonna just choose one like this one here. Yeah, this one here that's gonna give me a treasure potentially. So I could get this treasure if I do it properly.
If.
Big
if.
If, yeah. So with quests, you have an option to just do the classic hero, save the day, or you can try for a really heroic option and get a treasure or a spirit stone or something.
You've already got the very sort of, for board gamers like ourselves, very soulfully satisfying hexes.
Yes, totally. So and the board is procedurally generated every time you play, so no board will ever be the same. There's pretty much infinite combinations.
You'll never be bored.
Yep, you'll never be bored.
Nope.
with this
My
board
God,
game.
Nick.
I'm not allowed back.
You're hired. So yeah, we have the heroes. So that's Thane of the Wolf Clan. There's 8 heroes in the game at launch. That's Zosha from the Rat Clan. So 4 clans all vying for the throne. And we're playing as Brun, who's a bear. We call him a Scarcaster. So he uses spells to enhance his fight. So I'm just actually going to head. My quest is over here, so I'm going to head towards this settlement. So we can go through a stone circle. So these will heal us if we had less health. This swamp will damage us. The stealth will give us. The forest will give us stealth at night. We can end our turn and give the other guys their turn. This is Barnaby of the Rabbit Clan. So yeah, 8 heroes at launch. They've all got different stats, different unique hero powers as well. You can see we've got like our character sheet here that we can have a look at our heroes. So that's Bruin, and then we have inventory and party. We can equip cards too.
Literally everything you're saying is exactly what I want out of a game, and you're just like spewing all this
Yeah,
wonderful,
it's just
wonderful
happening.
detail.
We
Love
spent
it.
8 months prototyping on paper. So
Oh, cool.
there's a lot in here. That's the king, and so he's gaining rot every night. And as he
Cool.
gets more powerful in rot, he also gets weaker and weaker and loses health. So you can see we're like semi-transparent here. That's because we're stealth, so none of the other heroes could see us. And as you can see as well, there's a full day-night cycle here too. So I can come out of stealth and claim this settlement. My little flags will go down around it. And that means I'll get gold every dawn from it. And we use gold to play cards, like say for example, these guys here. So on the left we have our hand of cards. We have a few different types. Trickery, which is like your Game of Thrones style political plays. And then we have spells, and they're all fully animated as well, every single one of the cards.
Yeah, you guys are nuts to put so much effort into this.
I know, it's crazy. It's very stressful right now in the studio.
You're like, I'm actually tormented
Yeah,
inside.
that's it. I know. We're mad. And so this is an item, so we can equip the spyglass, and that'll give us a bonus in combat. And then you have like these epic spells as well that I can cast that to a stone circle to get a spirit stone to appear, which will help me win the game.
And you're playing against the AI right now, but there is
Yeah.
full online multiplayer.
Full online multiplayer as well, and ranked is
Fantastic.
coming shortly after launch as well.
Awesome.
So this is a quest. So this is the backbone of your journey. So you have over 200 quests in the game, and every time you play, the quest lines are completely different. They're unique for each clan as well, and they sort of mimic that hero's journey sort of thing. So we can either, the forest seems denser than you remember, forcing through the thicket you freeze as you sense a creature's eyes upon you. So we've been sent to find this creature. So we can just scare the beast away and do the heroic action, or we can try and slay the beast. And so I have 40% chance because it's a fight quest and my fight is on 4. So I'll give that a shot.
When is the Trent voiceover DLC coming?
Yeah, I was just about to say, maybe he could just voice all of the cards.
Oh, we
yeah.
won. That's awesome.
I like those
40% chance.
odds.
We got it.
Perfect.
The beast is hidden in the brush behind you. It shrieks as you charge. You bring it down. A hail of blows. So this really rich story. So we really wanted to do something where there's a single player story there, but at the same time, you're playing this multiplayer game too.
I don't know if you can go into detail on this, but in terms of like an actual like full game of Armello, because it's kind of when you say board game, like I'm immediately thinking, oh, like a couple hours for like a single like play?
Yeah, no,
how
you
are
can-
you guys aiming for
So
that?
you can get through a game in 45 to 90 minutes,
Okay,
depending on
perfect.
like how good the players are that you're
Right.
playing with, how early. Because I
Can
can
you
go for
save
the-
in the middle, or it's a one-shot thing?
No, you can exit out. Like if I'm playing single player, I can
Mm-hmm.
exit out at any point, and it auto saves at dawn and dusk.
Cool.
So you can come back into games. And so the king here in his castle, he's currently got like 8 health or something. So and he's super powerful. He has these crazy cards as well that are like, let's see, go to his cards. You know, so he has this awesome loadout. So really right now, none of the heroes on the board have a chance against him, but you can give it a shot, you know, and he's surrounded by all of the palace gardens have these incredible perils on them as well, which are like dice challenges. So there are other things you can do in the land we can explore. It's really about evoking that hero's journey, that sense, like the classic RPG sense. So right now we can, okay, so we've triggered a Bane, which is this sleeping terror, these beasts of the rot that are sort of born in the dungeons. Now, because I went into stealth, he didn't attack me. But what I just did was I explored on that dungeon. I can get treasures from it. I can get gold, but I also have a chance of awakening these guys. I can play these. See this merchant's agreement. If I have enough gold, I can play this to another player, and so I'll play it to Barnaby here because he's pretty close, and that like will create an alliance. So as long as we don't die, we'll get a gold every turn.
Oh.
How many players can play online?
4.
Okay.
Yep.
And so can you do teams, or is it more of this where you have like
Well, it's
sort
like
of tentative agreements?
Exactly. The whole game is built around trying to backstab your friends,
Nice.
essentially. So we set up the game design like that. So we can basically form these little alliances like I just did then. But at the end of the day, one of us has to take the throne.
So it's like diplomacy.
Exactly. And now that we've done our quest, this other like random, like this little wolf here is basically saying, hey, I've got a quest for you. Then we can choose our next quest. We can like go for the mirror cape, or you know, get this follower, the blacksmith.
I'm so in already, like 100%.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, we've got such an incredibly talented team of artists, and my business partner and our art director Ty Carey, like really just, you know, carried them all through and delivered this amazingly beautiful game. It's
Can you move the camera down at all?
I can move the camera around at any time.
Cool.
And if you pull the left trigger, then you can zoom it around. There's another thing as well. This is a turn-based strategy game, and it plays fantastically on the PS4, like with the controls and everything.
Well, good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want. Right? So now it's dawn, and because I'm the prestige leader, you know, I've done the most prestigious deeds. I get to choose. I get the king's ear, and I get to choose what is the new law for which is a global rule for the next 2 days. And essentially, it's just the best of 2 bad decisions is what I'm choosing. So it's not a way to make friends, but it's definitely a power that you want to hold. So yeah, I'm going to ask for a rot inspection. So there's this dark force called the rot as well. So you can actually move to the dark side. So this Raven's Beak dagger that I've got over on my left here, he's cast his King's Decoration. If I grab this Raven's Beak dagger and equip it, then that'll give me a point of the rot because it's like a dark item. So yeah, there's a
You're
lot
like,
to it.
well,
I'm like,
Oh, big decision.
yeah, and
got-
you know, you draw cards all the time.
I got one important question, Trent.
Go for it.
What is an Armello?
What is an Armello? That's a very, very important question.
Asking the tough ones.
Armello is the kingdom that we're in.
Ah.
So yeah, this is the kingdom of Armello, and that's the king of Armello, and we're heroes from the clans of Armello. So that's what's at stake here. Really, is the kingdom. You're trying to basically come through as the prestigious hero, or the hero that just sweeps in, kicks down the door, and kicks the king's ass, or whatever it is to just make it come through and become king or queen of Armello.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, I want to say you guys are coming pretty soon, pretty
Yeah.
darn soon,
Yeah.
as in September 1st.
Yeah.
You were part of the Vote to Play campaign.
We are.
So this is awesome stuff.
Yeah,
It's
so
coming to PS4.
part of
September
Vote to
1st.
Play, we're launching on PS4, and also it's launching September 1st, which is the day after PAX. So you can come and play it at PAX, check it all out, spend some
I
time with
see.
it, and then
You've
go
planned
home.
it all along.
Yeah, and just hit that download button.
The years ago when you guys started first formulating this, we were like, what I think we should do is put it at
At least at the
PAX.
after PAX. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, well what else? I want to make sure we get to everything. What else do we need to go over here? Anything else that PlayStation gamers need to know about Armello?
Like I said, 8 heroes on launch, over 120 animated cards, 200 quests. It's really what you need to know is if you love board games and you love video games, then this is about to be your favorite game. If you love playing board games with your friends, this is it. You know, jump online, have a game, backstab them. Really, that's why we all play board games.
And you're safe because you
they're on
you
the
can
other
do
side
it.
of the
Yeah,
world,
exactly.
potentially.
So they can't. do any physical damage.
Yeah,
to
that's
you.
it. There's some distance there. There's some healing that can go on.
Are the characters just aesthetically different, or they actually have different
No, they're
stats
all-
and spells and everything?
Yep, different stats, different spells.
Do you have a favorite that you can recommend people try off the
Ooh,
bat?
well, I actually quite like Braun, the character that I'm playing at the moment. He's, for every spell card that you play, his fight gets augmented, and then he does this like huge like Braun smash sort of like attack. And Zosha as well. She seems really. This is the rat that we're playing with at the I'm playing against at the moment. She has this hero ability that is just terrifying. She's stealth everywhere at night. So right now, if we looked around the board, we wouldn't be able to find her. Oh, here we go. Here's some combat. So this is really another
perfect.
core system of Armello too. So I have a point of rot. So because the Bane is a beast of rot, it takes one of my dice. And now what we can do as well is we can sacrifice our cards too. So all of these cards have symbols in the corner that correspond to sides of the die, and we can actually sacrifice those cards to guarantee that we get those.
Did you mocap that bear? Do you like the?
Yeah, that's it. We're like, come on in there. We're going to do some mocap, similar to what the Banner Saga
Come on
guys
in,
did.
bear.
No
You like
animals
lure,
were
I
hurt.
think you're like dragging a salmon into your office, like lure it in, like put the mocap
Get the
suit on it.
cameras going.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the cameras set up a couple times as well. So.
We lost 3 men for this.
Oh my god, I love that.
So yeah, we have these animated, fully dice rolled like systems as well for combat that we designed from scratch too, and it's brutal as well. Armello, like the combat is, it's meant to be scary. This is a game that you're going up against that luck, against the RNG, so to speak, and sometimes it's in your favor, sometimes it's not. But the real mastery in Armello comes from being able to take whatever comes at you and roll with the punches and still have a shot at the throne.
Awesome. Well, Trent, let me just say, thank you so much for being here to show off
Welcome,
Armello.
thank you.
This game looks like my dream game. It looks like you went into my brain, plucked all the things that I want out of a game, and fabricated it.
That's what we did.
Oh.
Remember
that was
that night,
actually
like 10 years ago?
Yeah,
You were a
and
bit hazy, you were
yeah,
waking up in the
I woke
middle of
up,
the
I
night.
That's most
know,
of
it's
Australia's
apparatus.
economy is dream. It's Inception.
Inception.
So thank you so much, Trent. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Saul. This was just a small taste of what we got going on at PAX 2015. So we hope you enjoyed it. Of course, come on back for PlayStation Underground in the future. Until then, I'm going to barricade myself in this room and play Armello for the rest of the day. See you next time.
PlayStation